And we are live right now. This is Eric Anderson at Poker House Live, along with Mike Coltrane. How are you doing, Mike?
Very good. Very well, thank you.
We are going to broadcast last night's Katie's game. We had 237 entries. Katie's game is our most popular game. Mike is new to the Dallas area. I asked him to step into the commentary booth with me since Eddie's tied up for this morning. He will be back in a couple hours to stream that PLO game we've got going on tonight. But I'm just going to jump into the action right away.
All right, we got to jump. All of it.
Because there is action right away. Grace, under the gun. The thing about Big Blind Annie is you want to get your chips in while you still have credit for your chips. Once you're you put your ante in, you don't get any credit for that. So she just shoves with any two cards, which is a queen tray. Folds around to Seth in the hijack, who rejams with a king jack. Marvin in the 2-seat. He's a new player. He just showed up yesterday. I actually ran into him over at Dunstan's when we were having lunch.
All right, we got to jump over in the 2-seat.
So he gets pocket nines and rejams.
Yeah, that was a pretty awkward spot, especially with the hijack kind of jamming there. But what, 635,000?
Yes. He had them both covered. Blinds they're actually 15,000, 30,000. When I set it up, or when Eddie set it up, I'm going to blame him on this one. He looked at the next blinds and made it 2040, but we've got about 10 more minutes of 1530. So she goes in for 2.5 big blinds. Seth tries to isolate, but Marvin's got a pocket pair that he's not willing to give up.
Yeah.
So he needs to dodge every face card. The jack, the queen, and the king.
All right, guys. She's in for the main. Y'all out the top.
We got king in the box. He always deals our final tables. 775 is a great flop for Marvin.
Stays good on the turn.
10 doesn't change anything. Ace.
Nines will take everything.
He eliminates two players in the first hand.
Seat 9 and seat 5.
Grace takes home 400. This is a $100 tournament. We had 237 entries yesterday. Typically, we get upwards of 300. This is our best tournament, but WSOP is up in Choctaw right now. So I think that took a bunch of our regular players. So we have a 15K guarantee. We are closer to 20,000. I don't remember the last time we were under 20,000, and we're usually up around 25 with like 6K for first. This is a smaller turnout. This is the smallest turnout we've had in probably 3 months.
Still fantastic.
It's still a great tournament. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, fantastic tournament. I did fire a bullet in this tournament as well, and incredibly well run. Great structure.
Yes.
For a $100 buy-in.
Yeah, it's the best value. We have this exact tournament. We run it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
Friday we run it at 9 o'clock. Monday we do run it at 6 o'clock. Monday we get about 100 players. We have a 5K guarantee on that one. Friday at 9 o'clock we get like 30 players, so we don't have any guarantee on that one. It's just a fun way to end the weekend. I yell at Billy right now.
Insomniac?
Yep. Yeah. Friday and Saturday we run 9 o'clock tournaments. It's Billy's birthday here in the 7-seat, and he rolls away from the table to use his phone. And I don't know if you could hear it over me talking, but I told King, because I was watching everything live without hole cards. I was just doing the action tracker, and I told King, "Hey, yell at Billy. Tell him he's going to get a penalty for using his phone at the table." He was away from the table, but even though we were not streaming it, I still took everyone's phones away, which I do every day, just for the integrity and the security of the game.
Yeah, that's a good policy.
Cy with a king 10 under the gun. He's got a massive chip lead. He's got 1.2 million.
8 raises to 60. No, 60. 15, 30, 30.
Here's where I'm telling him he can't raise it to 50 because the blind, or he can't raise it to 60 because the blinds are 20 and 40. He's like, no, it's 15, 30. Oh, All right, my bad. So the first couple of hands we were
That's
on
when
the
I
wrong blind.
realized that there was a mistake.
Yep.
Nice. Well, we'll give Eddie a hard time about that.
Oh, I
at a
always
later
do.
time.
And I think he set it up, and they got to the final table 10 minutes earlier than he thought they were going to. So he set it up for the next blind level. But Cy's got 31 big blinds, Mark down to 7 big blinds. So there's a wide margin. And you can see here 15, 30, 30 with 9 minutes left in the tournament. Here's our GM, Danielle, entering the camera. Across the bottom, you can see Katie's game, final table, $19,000 prize pool, 237 entries. Ooh, here's a good one. Saeed wakes up with ace-jack suited under the gun. 7 big blinds? Oh, no, 17 big blinds. Okay. I thought he had 7 big blinds.
All right, one raises to 70,000.
Makes it 70,000. Disciplined fold by
Yeah.
Marvin.
Definitely.
There's one of our leads right there in the 3-seat, Brandon Wiley. He, I think he won this tournament last week. Solid tournament player.
Yeah. 2 final tables in a row. That's excellent.
All right, we got
Oh,
I mean, 8. Sorry.
Cy wakes up with the ace king and just gets it all in as a chip stack. That puts Saeed in a very tough spot.
Yeah.
With so many short stacks at the table, you'd really hate to bust in 7th place. It's just ICM suicide.
Yeah, and just a perfect spot for side with ace king suited. I mean, it obviously going to look like he's just trying to put pressure on. And Sai is a very aggressive player. I did play with Sai for at least a whole level. I think it was about 2 levels during this tournament, and definitely a very aggressive player.
Just hand 4. What do you think?
Gosh, I think you just
I think it's a
unfortunately have to fold,
Yeah.
but you hate to fold
Yeah.
because you just realize that Sai could just be putting on a lot of pressure, and he's, like I said, he's just a very aggressive player, and you know,
Ace Jack is never good here. You hope you're flipping against pocket 10s or something. But you could easily be dominated like he was there. That's a great fold.
Sai shows.
And side does show ace king. Nice. Rewards him. So Sai gets a little richer. 45 big blinds. Mark at 9. Brandon at 12. Saeed down to 14, which is still fine.
Yeah.
Blind's going to go up in just a little bit. Something fun that happened. We had on the bubble, we had 3 people bust, 2 on one table and 1 on another table. So we actually had, we paid 25 in this tournament. The low stack on table 11 split the pot, or split the 24th prize with the player who busted out on table 12.
Yeah. Yeah, don't see that too often. I don't know. In a lot of the tournaments I've run in Houston, going hand for hand, I like to say with the other floors that I run really good with hand for hand.
Hey, remember when y'all
The longest I've ever run a tournament hand for hand is about 30 minutes. It's quite rare.
That's good. Keith Kemper in the chat asking, is that Eric? Yeah, how are you doing, Keith? Is it snowing up there? I'm in the booth down here with Mike Coltrane from, did you work at Champions in Houston? Is that most recently?
No, most recently I worked at a Spades poker house in Houston.
Okay.
And I was there for the last.
Is
about
Champions
2
still
years.
open?
They
in
will be
Houston?
reopening soon, actually. They did
that's what I-
close, but they will be reopening
Okay,
soon.
in new location. They bought
Correct.
a hotel or something.
That's correct.
Okay, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
All right, perfect.
3-fold, 4-fold.
Yeah, I'll have a lot of friends that'll be working there and opening that club, and they do a fantastic job, especially with their tournaments.
Yeah, there's a blizzard up in. I'm from Minnesota. There's a blizzard up there right now.
That's called heads up.
Scott Friedman in
Oh,
the chat gambling. He fired a bullet in this one event yesterday. Cy with an ace deuce makes it 70,000. Marvin with 8-5 suited calls from the big blind defending. Cy's got position and all the chips and the ace. I like his chances of winning this hand. Oh, when Cy checks me on the flop, I want to fire at it if I'm Marvin on the turn. But he takes a conservative route, checks it. Marvin puts some chips out, or excuse me, Cy puts some chips out, and Marvin snap folds. This was a $100 tournament with, I think, $4,700 up top, 237 entries. Every Wednesday, we run what we call Katie's Game. 15K guarantee, 19,000 in this prize pool. And like I said, this is the smallest it's been in a few months with WSOP right up the road at Choctaw. Took away some of our players. I think our record for this is like 337 or something like that, 347.
That's amazing.
6K up top for a $100 tournament that lasts 7 hours.
Yeah, that's amazing. And ultimately, registration, it's not like a tournament where registration's open for
Yeah,
5.5 hours.
it's open till first break. 6 levels, 20-minute levels, 20K starting stack.
Yeah, hour and a half registration. It's incredible.
Jump in at level 7. I think it's 500 and 1,000 with 20 big blinds.
Yep.
Katie was dealing the table, told the story, and she told the story why it's called Katie's Game. All right.
70,000.
Katie's one of our dealers here. She actually, probably a year ago, when they were just starting to build tournaments and starting kind of, not a gimmick, but this was kind of her project to, she would call all of her friends, text them, everybody on her poker list, and invite them. Hey, can't wait to see you. You coming tonight? Da, da, da. And she built this game. And then they called it Katie's Game because everybody that came as from a personal, and the personal touch is what really defines it. And yeah,
That's awesome. I got to meet Katie yesterday.
She's
lovely,
great.
lovely young woman.
she's actually up in Choctaw playing right now.
All right.
Guys, the clock is right here. In case y'all can see it back.
Lego saying that we've hit critical mass, kind of a saturation point, I think, where it kept growing and growing and growing, then leveled off, and now it's dipped down a little bit.
Great.
A few reasons.
Yeah, you'll always have some fluctuation. I mean, it's just the name of the game. We'll have that with any business, really.
Free t-shirt if you win with K8. I didn't know that. K8 for Kate. Mark rips it in. His last 260,000 with Ace Jack. Marvin does fold his button. Now the blinds are up. We're going to be 20-40 next hand. Actually, this is still the 15-30 hand.
Last hand.
Eddie running his tournament solo out there. Yeah, he just started, just became one of our tournament directors about 3-4 weeks ago.
And done an excellent job. Like I said, I played in the tournament, and you know, when there was 15, 16 tables. Obviously, it wasn't alone, but everybody just did a fantastic job.
Where'd you win that at, Keith? My guy Keith up north won a main event qualifier last Friday night. Was that at Mike's game?
Congratulations, Keith.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We don't have a lot of casinos up there, but the home games are huge. We've got like a home game with 150 players
Wow.
in it, and the charity games across North Dakota are really big.
Can't see a lot of action happening on this
No.
board with these hands.
Yeah.
Keith, this bet takes it down.
Yeah, just whoever's aggressive is just going to fire at it and win. Sevens folds, 8-9 didn't have any piece of it. Jamestown, was that a 701 or was it a Rough Rider or was it a Dakota Poker Tour? What was it? Or was it a home game? Jamestown is a town up in North Dakota. And charity games are restricted to a $300 max buy-in. So they have like a $150 buy-in with one re-entry allowed, or a $300 buy-in with freeze out, or a $100 buy-in with two re-entry. You know, it's just goofy charity gambling laws that we have to follow up there.
Yeah. I understand. I've never actually experienced that personally myself, but I've heard a fair bit of how they've gone on. I believe it was Oregon used to be like that as well, and I spent some time in the Northwest.
Brandon's aggression is going to get through with this ace-8. He makes fives fold. Queen-10 suited. It's just really hard to call for your tournament life with a hand that's so pretty you'd play it on the cash game.
Yeah.
Probably raise it on the cash game, but you fold it here.
Well, big difference between,
Playing for a
10,
$400 pot and a $4,000 first place.
well, yeah, and like 10 or 20 big blinds and 200 big blinds.
When I was running Action Tracker last night, after having two bust outs in the first hand, I thought this was going to be a quick night, but they settled down and and actually play poker. Last week, 16 hands, it was done in 28 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, King was just firing, and the most aggressive player was getting cards and just running over the table.
Wow.
Got to raise 120,000.
Side goes 3x. It's a little bit large. 120,000 with pocket sevens. He's got 410 behind.
Gun. I think going a little bit big just to hope induce action, but he's going to get it, and it's going to be unfortunate.
500,
I'm going to turn that table mic up just a little bit.
Yeah.
See what Side does. Now the other thing is, Side's already pushed him around the last time he tried raising, so he might think he's just targeting him now.
Yeah, and so I think, like Said was probably hoping for this exact situation.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, he just calls. Underrepresenting his hand for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the spot where you just want to raise. You just want to go all in.
This is...
All right, is that a jumper?
Oh, Side just rips it. I think that was his plan, as long as there's no ace, king. You know, there's only one overcard. Alright. Turn that back down.
And this is what I mean. Like, he should have just, Side should have just, Side should have just run all
rip.
in.
Pre.
He's giving Saeed a chance to get away.
Yeah. Letting him off the hook.
Yeah.
This is funny. He says, "Will you show me if I fold?" He says, "Give me $5." He says, "I'll give you $5." And so he shows the 10. Is this a hand?
He did. I think right before the graphic went up, he showed both cards.
So I didn't see what happened. I saw the aftermath. He actually pulls $5 out to give it to him. Side does not take it, and he says, "Give it to the dealer." So they hand it to King.
Nice. Good times. That's excellent.
He's like, "I'll give you 5 right now." No. Give it to the dealer.
You could have got 10.
I gave it to the dealer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh boy, 2 times, man.
Yeah, both times. Now at least Side feels better that he's not getting run over. He's actually running into it.
Yeah.
He's not getting outplayed.
Yeah, he's definitely getting. Still feels good. He's a little disappointed, but feels very good about it.
Feels justified. Feels happy with this play.
Yeah.
Next one is
Queen Jack suited makes it 80K. I like this raise better. It's only 1 click. Min raise. Mark's got Ace Queen with 11 big blinds. I think that's a rip. Eddie studies the charts more than I do. He would tell
A
me.
lot of them, for sure. If it's not, it might be a little close, just especially because it's an under the gun raise, like first act. But we're down 7-handed.
He does go all in.
Yeah.
7-hand with 11 big blinds. Oh, Billy! It's Billy's birthday yesterday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
He was down to 40K when we were down to 2 tables. I think we were at 5,000, 10,000. He had like 10 big blinds, and he just ran it up
Nice.
to the 300 or 400 or something that he had at the going into the final table.
That's excellent. I did play with Billy as well early on in the tournament.
I nicknamed him 2-pair about 8 months ago when I first met him, because every time we got to Showdown, he had 2-pair. So we actually, when he was on the stream, he said, "Can you put Billy 2-pair?" I said, "Yep."
I had out. 9-3 out.
He's got 370,000.
All right, Billy is all in and at risk with the best hand.
Yeah, unfortunate spot for Mark, but at least he's not covered, so he's not going to be out either way.
Yeah, he'll have another 2 big blinds if he can. If Billy can fade a king or a queen here. 5 deuce 5. Got some opportunities. Deuce or a 6 or a queen to win.
Deuce.
Gets it.
I wish I could tell you I was sorry about that, Billy, but I really am.
So they both picked up Marvin's chips from that little raise. Both add a couple of blinds to their stack.
Yep.
The only misstep in the whole hand might have been the Queen Jack open. That might have been, I'm just saying, that might have been the only misstep. You were mentioning maybe that wasn't the most situation.
Optimistic raise. That's what we'll call it.
If you see this love, then
237 entries, $100 buy-in, $19,000 prize pool with 4,700 up top. Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels.
Yeah, I have to say, unfortunately, but fortunately.
Tonight we have our deep stack 30K starting stack, 20-minute levels for $200 entry. That's a good value for 30K. Typically get 40, 50 players in that one.
All right, we got a jump. Call.
Marvin gets it all in with ace jack in the big blind. Against Saeed. Queen deuce, ace jack.
Lots of cards to come.
All right, he's got him covered. We'll figure that out. Bless you.
Queen or a deuce. We can see that 2 of his outs have been folded. So where it says 24, it's usually now he needs exactly a queen. Doesn't get it. Marvin adds to his stack. Saeed eliminated in 7th place. $702.
All right, we got a dead button, guys. Small and big.
Always a little disappointing, but still, I think in the final table of a 237 player field, need to be proud of that.
Yeah, especially when you get to the final table and that 5K up top is looking right at you and you're right there.
Yeah.
Marvin, you want to switch to the one? Sure. Yep. All right, so we'll go to the one.
We shuffle around the players just a little bit to give them a little bit of room.
Yeah.
Still dead button.
Technically, it's not dead anymore. Well, yeah, it's still dead.
It's still a dead button.
We're smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah, you're still first.
Is it one big black?
I'm the small. I'm the small. That's what I was thinking.
Just confuse the table by moving him a couple inches.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what's going on here?
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, I think players like to joke that they're smart enough to figure that out right there. And that, I mean, though,
Yep.
I didn't hear who was joking, but I've seen smaller mistakes confuse the whole table,
Yeah.
or smaller
Yep.
adjustments confuse the whole table for anything. It's
Wait a second, what's going on?
yeah. Especially as a dealer, sometimes, but King handle it quite well, obviously. And on to the next hand.
I deal with stacks of way out here somewhere. How much? All right. 8 raises to 90,000.
He's got another suited ace
One.
in the cutoff. Ooh, Brandon folded K8. The King 8, Katie's hand. You're supposed to jam with that. Get that extra t-shirt.
Extra value, extra value. I do like that raise, that 90 as opposed to just 80 though.
Just a little bit more. A little tax on top
Yeah.
of the min raise.
Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the min raise, especially when a big blind ante is
Yeah,
in
the
play.
big blind and the ante, they've got too much invested and they defend too loosely.
Yeah.
I'd rather just pick it up. Which sounds contrary to what I said 5 minutes ago when I said that they were raising too big. But he went 3x instead of like 2.1, 2.2.
Yeah.
7 deuce for Brandon. Lets it go.
So that's
Now,
raise.
yeah, he's getting out of line now with the in the hijack with the 7-8 offsuit, making it 90K, and it's going to work.
Nice.
I think he's feeling that, hey, these guys aren't fighting back.
Yeah.
I don't need cards if nobody's going to ask to see them.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, 47 up top. There's a payouts, 3,000 for second, just over 2 for third, 1,500 for fourth, 11 for fifth, 900 for sixth. Doing all the rounding. You gonna play tonight? What are your plans?
Probably play some cash at some point. Jumping a 1-2 game. Maybe the tournament. We'll see how everything goes.
You do Omaha at all?
I'm not scared of Omaha, but I do.
The way you said that makes me not believe you.
I do not have the bankroll for Omaha, so
We have a nice round of each game here.
yeah.
We have two of them actually. The 2-5 has a 500 min buy-in, and the 1-2 has a 300 min buy-in.
Yeah.
And I think they've both been running for the last 10 days. We just started doing it. We were going to do it like twice a week, and that twice a week turned into 3 times a week, and that turned into let's just do it every day.
Yeah.
And I think they've been running. I didn't check this morning when I came, or this afternoon when I came in, but I would much rather do that than sit down in an Omaha table with a whole bunch of Omaha players and just get my lunch handed to me. I'd much rather sit down and play Hold'em and then throw in a little bit of Omaha.
That's fair, and I think I would agree with myself.
With Hold'em
that as
players,
well.
you know.
But I think either way, if we're going to throw any 4-card game in the mix, got to have a bigger bankroll than I do at the moment. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's swings in there. We were in that 1-3 game I was telling you about. There was a 5-way all-in on the turn for a 10K pot.
Yeah.
That was actually a double board bomb pot.
4-card bomb pot?
Yeah, 4-card bomb pot.
Nice. Did you do the Hold'em tables here? Do the Hold'em bomb pots, 2 boards but 2 cards?
So I'm not positive what they do on the cash side. I was hired to run the live stream, and then I kind of took over the tournaments. But I don't really know what they do on the cash side. I don't know their rules and regulations for over on that side of the room.
Oh, in my experience yesterday, at least, like I said, it just came into town. Yesterday was my first day in Dallas Poker House. Played a little bit of cash. Fantastic dealers, fantastic room, beautiful room.
Yeah, everybody compliments me on the room when they come in here.
And but yeah, and the Hold'em tables, the 1-2 Hold'em tables, that was doing the 2-card bomb pots, 2 boards, but
But a Hold'em,
2, yeah,
not PLO,
Correct.
not Omaha.
but I definitely do enjoy the full-on 4 cards, pot limit, 2 boards.
Sai just
I'm
gets
okay
a
with
walk
both
now.
Bomb pots.
Nobody's targeting his big blind.
Well, 7-7 then.
Well, they saw Saeed go for it and get punished a couple of times. I mean, Saeed did have good hands, but
Yeah, Keith in the chat says on a passive table, I'll just raise every hand until I get some resistance. And that's what Sai is doing now. He's like, oh, these guys are going to fold to me? I'm just going to keep betting. There's King 8. That's the Kate for Brandon. Let's see if he plays it this time. He limps in. I don't like limping at all,
yeah,
but he's only got 6 big blinds, so he's kind of handcuffed.
yeah.
All right, we got to jump into 7.
Yeah, especially those 6 big blinds, like under 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably good to have some sort of limping strategy.
Yeah, he's only
But-
got like 240 chips.
If you're ever,
He does call with King 8.
I already know what you got, King.
yeah, it's you should never limp a hand that you're gonna fold.
Yeah, if you're going to put in anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Saeed in the chat. Every time I tried to raise, he woke up. He did. We were saying that. He wasn't, you weren't getting run over. You were running into it.
Yeah.
Brandon does flop a king. Billy needs a 6 for his birthday. Let's go one time. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get a full double for Brandon. Billy's got some crumbs left.
Yeah. I mean, at least he called there with that King 8.
I would really hate limp fold.
Yeah. It really that one big blind for the next time you're in a hand that
It's gonna matter.
that you're trying to double up with, like it. I mean, 12 big blinds versus 10 big blinds. If you double up the next hand is huge.
Mm-hmm. Blinds are up again. Nobody really badly in the danger zone, except for Billy.
Yeah.
Billy's got 3 big blinds with a suited ace. That's a good shot to shove at.
Yeah.
I think. Brandon has the ace king, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
The old 1-2, take him out in 2 hands. No, the structure's pretty decent, Keith. $20-minute levels, 20K starting stack.
And it doesn't skip levels. It's not. There weren't any levels that.
It skips like the 3-5, but
Yeah. But
it's pretty decent.
with 20-minute levels going for 6 or 7 hours.
It's probably one of the better structures you're going to find for a $100 tournament.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's others around town that are like 15-minute levels. And in Vegas, you're not going to find anything close to it for $100.
No.
We really do spoil the players down here a little bit.
It's a good thing. Have your players come back.
Yep.
Give them a good product, and you have a tournament that can easily get a $100 tournament getting over 20,000 in a prize pool or 20,000 in a prize pool, and people saying it's the smallest tournament they've had in a while. It's incredible.
Eddie Bat in the chat says, I took my medicine. I'm on my way in. Mike Coltrane's better than Eric in the booth. Oh, shots fired.
Thanks, Eddie. One Edward Batts.
That's something you don't see often at a final table. 4-way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Sai just limp with 6s.
Limps in the cutoff. I think he was hoping to maybe trap somebody, but these other players have not been getting out of line. Or maybe he just thought, if they do get out of line, I want to be able to get away from it with 6s. I don't want to race and double anybody up.
Yeah.
Billy bets 100K.
Yeah, I would have probably called with the ace suited. I just beat that.
And sorry, Billy. You won that hand. I missed the action.
I was just going to say, why is Billy still here?
Got distracted with the chat. And
oh, man, he must have hit an 8 and I missed it.
Happy birthday, though. That's awesome. Still in there. 8 big blinds and scooping a 4-way limp pot. I mean, now he's going to be up over 10 big blinds for sure.
I think we were explaining to Keith how good this structure was, and we totally missed. We just counted him out.
Yeah.
Ace King can say, good game, happy birthday, see you next time.
GG's. Oh, sweet. Still in, we're still alive. All right. Happy birthday.
With the full double. And that must mean, conversely, that my boy Brandon is short stack now.
It's probably going to be a short stack at the table. Yeah, 7
big blinds. That's Mark in the 5 seat. Marvin in the 1 seat.
Mark is going to be the short stack, I believe.
Okay.
It'll be less than Brandon.
Yep, you're right. He does have 5 big blinds with the Ace King. That's the spot where you get dull in.
That's where you want. That's
So
what you want to
we
see.
say short, but it's like 5, 7, 8, 8.
Yeah.
All right, we got to jump. All of it.
Yeah, this will fold.
Now it's only 330. 200 to call. You almost do that with anything if you've
Yeah.
got the chips just to
Exactly.
eliminate a player. 780 in the pot. He had to put 200 into 500, so he's getting really, really good odds with any 2 cards. He's not dominated. He's got the right percent to do that. Brandon's hoping they can knock Mark out in front of him. Oh, there it is. Mark flops top 2. Marvin needs a jack. And now he needs a black jack. He says Jack of Diamonds will not help him. Doesn't do it. Mark up to 13 big blinds. So Billy, I think, has 9. And Brandon's down at the bottom with 7.
60.
One of our dealers, Stacy, coming over to chat with Brandon.
Can I get anybody else anything before I go? Hold the room temperature.
No, we made it.
Wonderful server, Andrea.
Anybody else?
Come and take care of the table.
Coffee, snacks. Yeah.
King gonna Iron Man this entire final table like always every Wednesday. We don't want to waste any time for them having dealers change out, so we just get him to do the entire thing. Brandon gets his 7 bigs in with ace 7. This is a spot I might call with king queen suited,
Yeah, that's going to be a tough
depending on
decision
what
when
Mark
he gets
does.
there.
If Mark folds, I might just call. I've already invested with the small blind in there. Suited face cards.
I mean, in the big blind, I think it's certainly a call.
He does let it
The issue is just having somebody behind you.
Yep.
I mean, it's a small chance that they wake up with a better hand or a hand that dominates you, but it's something you have to take into consideration.
Yeah, I had ace 3 that man, but I think he was a little bit better than ace 3 down there. I don't think he had king 8 that time.
Not much more.
I mean,
I had to hit 2 clear. I hope I don't.
I just added you. Just noticed we weren't friends on Facebook yet.
Yeah, brand new into town. Everybody I've met here at Poker House has been fantastic. Actually, several dealers and floors that I've known from Houston,
Came up here.
and a couple from Vegas as well.
Brandon limps in with king queen suited. I don't love that at all, Brandon.
Yeah.
Folds around to Sai with pocket 9s, who again has the best hand.
Yeah, and in the big blind again, these are just coming Rasai out of the big blind. He's able to.
So that was a trap move. Brandon wanted somebody to shove on him. He says, all I can do is have a king on the flop. Let's go. Oh, 9 on the flop. He does hit his queen, but it's no good now. He needs running king, queen. Oh! King or queen, let's go. One time, Brandon. One time. Oh, he doesn't get it. Oh, there was a sweat,
That
though.
was a sweat and a half for sure.
Wow. Sai's like, really? Did that just happen?
I win the button.
Yeah, that hand was not going to go any other way.
Wow.
Both players were happy. Well, not with the end result, Brandon.
No.
Not coming away with the pot, but yeah, definitely limping in, hoping somebody jams.
Yeah, that hand was decided when King cut the cards.
Yeah.
You know, neither one of them was ever getting away on that flop.
You want to stay there or you want to make it straight? No, if you did, you did.
For the cameras, we'll sometimes move him, but he's in the 3-4 seat, so he could move to the 3 if he wanted, but he's like, I'm good. I like this seat right here.
Yeah, it's got
It's my lucky seat.
phone
Yes. Sai was running so
I
hot.
always remember, it ain't the seat, it's the player in the seat.
Oh, is that what it
plays.
is?
Yeah.
I tell people it's bad luck to be superstitious.
I've never heard that
I seen
that
the
phrase. I like it.
seat
I like it a lot.
last Wednesday.
Might have to
Drank the
steal
whole
that.
table.
Yeah. But he was getting decent hands.
No, he was not.
Oh, I do remember that one. Said's talking about the bubble hand, actually. He gets it all in with nines against kings against queens, flops a 9 and takes out kings and queens
Knocks them both out.
for the three-way knockout that I was talking about earlier. I forgot that was Said who did that. Or Sai who did that. Marvin's got aces playing it. Okay, Sai checks in the dark. Makes it 135. I like that bet. 2.5. Or 2.25. X. He's hoping that Sai's got a piece of this. Very small bet. Less than half pot. Hayden 14 in the chat. What's up, y'all?
Hayden, what's going on, buddy?
Mr. Texas Kim. Everybody guaranteed $1,176. Looking at that 4,700 up top. Again, this is Katie's game. $100 buy-in, $15,000 guarantee. We hit almost 19,000 last night, and it was one of our smallest events this year in the last 3 months. Mike Coltrane in the booth.
What's happening, everybody? It is. Thanks, Hayden. It is Mike Coltrane.
Marvin goes from aces to kings. He's gonna make a run at this. Can I get a cold snack? I don't know what that means.
So I want to stay with Kim and Hayden before. There's a beer, cheap beer called
I like cheap
Montucky Cold Snacks.
Okay.
So that's their catchphrase. They're called Cold Snacks.
Cold snack. Michael,
Yeah.
cold snack. I like it. Five players left. Now, all of the staff likes it when Brandon does well because he tips disproportionately more than he should be tipping. Well, like most of the dealers and staff will tip,
Yeah.
but he goes above and beyond what you would expect. Like, you'd expect X, and then for a dealer or something, you would expect X2.
Yeah.
He goes like X4. you
Wow,
know.
that's awesome.
Montucky. What's Montucky? Is that a combination like
It's a
Montana
beer.
and Kentucky?
It's a cheap beer that's brewed up in Montana.
Okay. So where's the Ucky come from? Not Kentucky?
That's just what they call it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a little
Montucky.
redneck beer.
All right. I love redneck beer. How long are you in town for? A couple weeks?
At least. I will have to go back to Houston next week for at least a night.
There's some big stuff going on down there. I hear Phil Hellmuth and Phil Ivey are both going to play. I don't know. That's unconfirmed. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, I've heard those same rumors, most likely from the same people.
Probably.
So, certainly unconfirmed.
It's like when we were talking, he's like, hey, did you hear this? Yeah, I heard that from Eddie, who you probably told Eddie this. He told it to me, and now I'm confirming it for you. Oh, show me the picture of the Montucky cold snack.
Just a lager brewed up in Montana.
It's probably got too many carbs for me. I'm on a diet.
As much as I like IPAs and stuff, I probably drink too much beer to drink expensive beers. So
No, that's
cheap
facts.
lagers,
Facts.
PBR, I'll drink it.
I'm not a fan of the heavy beers. I like Michelob Ultra, just a light beer, just a step above water. Mike will have to bring them into the poker house. What?
Yeah,
What?
we'll have to go find
What's he wedding about?
Getting some couple sixers of cold snacks. Getting the servers.
Eric's on the Twin Peak diet. I am. I had to go buy some new suits. I moved down here like 6-7 months ago, and I just 2 weeks ago found out I don't have any plates in my RV that I'm living in because I eat out every night. And I added a couple of inches to my waistline. So
I've done the same in the last couple of years.
I've got to move around and start.
I believe it is brewed in Kalispell. I'm not sure exactly. I just know it's from Montana.
Billy's got a little gut shot here. He needs an 8 to make a straight, Jack or a 9 to make the best hand. Nothing changes with that 5. Sai does get a pair, but it is irrelevant. His ace high was good. Billy still needs an 8, 9, or Jack. Deuce doesn't do it. Does bring home the backdoor flush draw. And Billy shakes his head, says, I got no part of this. I got Jack high. And Sai's pair of 5s is going to take it down.
Showing off, making a pair.
Yeah, just showing off and making a pair.
These rumors I've heard were Phil Hellmuth in Houston.
Probably.
So if I was something I was interested to keep up on, I'd just follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be on.
I heard it was
Updates.
Phil Hellmuth and Phil Ivey,
Yeah.
but it might have been somebody said, hey, Phil's coming to Houston, and somebody inferred that was Phil Ivey and
Yeah.
started spreading that rumor. If it was one of the Phils, I would put my money on Phil Hellmuth going down there,
Yeah.
but I don't know anything.
Yeah. Maybe both. Maybe those are just rumors, and I just wait
Diet,
till further
exercise,
information.
Okay, I'm 0 for 3 on diet, exercise, and sleep.
How are you supposed to lose weight, then?
I mean, I'm clearly, I'm losing this. On the plus side, I will have a few new suits next week. Sai picks up King Jacks, just getting all the good hands at all the right moments.
I'll tell you what, I got a storage unit in Vegas that has more than a few suits in it that will not fit. I will
No matter
be
how.
a Tommy boy if I went and got them right now.
Fat man in a little coat.
Yeah.
That was such a great movie.
One of the best, yes.
Oh, Dad, is that for me? No, son, that's for me. Another ace for Sai on the button. Nobody's fighting back. Might as well make it 130. Just calls. I don't love the calling. 130 makes them both fold.
Yeah.
He's got 41 big blinds compared to 8 and 13. Nobody's going to get in light against him. Queen 3 is never calling. He could have just picked up the blinds right there. But he does have position, and he did not bloat the pot.
Well, if we're going to flop top pair,
And it's very
Flop
disguised
ace.
since he didn't raise. Mark might actually think he is so underrepresenting his hand right
yeah. I really like that check there, but
now. Now you got to put some money in the pot. Make it 80. Nice small bet. I almost call if I'm Mark there. He does. Nice call. Well played, Sai. Tricky. See if he gets punished. He does not. Now it's less. Oh,
wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Mark says you don't have an ace now because there's 2 of them on the board. Why are you asking how much it is? You never. Oh, the heart comes home. Oh, maybe he's worried about a flush.
it's losing to a flush, losing
That's
to
how a flush draw would
Chopping.
play.
only a
Check,
handful of aces.
check call. Wow, he's like, do you have the nut flush? No, I just have 3 aces. Well, what took so long? I thought you might have had a flush.
Hey, see, blinds are now up. King this hand, 40K small blind, 80K.
20 minutes later, the blinds are going up. Has it been 20 minutes already? Wow. Entertaining stream. We've already been here for almost an hour. Put some pot. Well, it is 420.
See my head, you be like, oh.
Put some pot into that.
I don't know all your cool kid lingos about marijuana. I do not partake. Now they're gonna move these guys around. You can't have everybody against Marvin over there. Down to 4-handed. Cy with a massive chip lead. Marvin right behind him. Birthday boy Billy looking to ladder up one more spot.
I will be all in.
Oh,
You gotta jump.
okay. Now here, when we moved them around, we had a new person running the action tracker, and when we move the person, you have to move the blinds with them, and so that hand got all messed up for just a second. That's why it was delayed.
It took a little second
Yeah.
for the tracker to catch up.
Yeah. And spoiler, it's going to happen again when we move Billy, and it gets really messed up, and we have to go fix it.
Not ready for it, bro.
Oh, I know why. Right here, it says 40K 80 instead of 80,000. She put down 80 for the big blind, so they have them all in as in the blind. That's what it is. Marvin flops, top set.
Hey,
Good day, buddy. Good day.
Sam's drawing dead on the turn. $1,574 for 4th place. Congratulations. We are 3-handed. This hand is going to be messed up. Now this next hand, just because we move somebody, the blinds are in the wrong spot. The blind is 80 instead of 80,000. So for all those reasons, technical difficulties, user error, this next hand is going to be messed up. So you'll see me go into the box and have to fix it. No big deal. She felt super bad. I'm like, dude, if that's the worst we do today, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're fine, I promise. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I messed everything up. I said, it's good. You typed 80 instead of 80,000. It's fine. Don't even sweat it. And then we messed it up by moving the blinds around, and the blind, So just
Further
warning,
compounded. But
this hand will be messed up. It's okay, though. Because now there's a dead button and everything else. And you can see she's calling in Eddie to go, I don't know what's going on. This is not working. And Eddie goes, I don't know. And then they call me in there. Billy's going to win this tournament. He had 19 lives. I love Billy, and it's his birthday. I'm rooting for him. And here, the players don't know anything's going on, so he's like, let's go. Next.
what are we waiting for?
Y'all need the cards back. I haven't done anything.
No, we're good.
Need the cards back. 8 bits, 235 pounds. Two folds, yeah, 4 folds.
That's it. No problem. See, Layla, I told you it wasn't that bad. She was so worried about that yesterday. You did fine. She's just learning how, so I've got her on final tables, which is the easiest thing to run the action tracker on because there's nobody adding onto their stack. There's no straddles. There's no 7-deuce game or nit game or anything else you have to worry about. There's nobody coming to the table later when somebody busts out. So final tables are really easy. But this weekend she's going to start doing cash games, and she's nervous about it. I said, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. This is how we're going to learn. 19,000 big blinds. Yeah, that would be funny. Kicker back to
It's a dead button.
80-80. Oh yeah, this hand they call him back in there because when everything shifts, it was a dead button, and yeah, it's fine. It's 2 hands we messed up.
Put it on C4. Feel it? Yeah, he's smart.
Oh, right here is where I realized it's 80 instead of 80,000. Because I'm like, why isn't this working? Why does it have them all in right now? Like, why didn't it give him the option?
They checked. There was no raise. There was no, it was just call. Yeah, he folded.
The neat thing is, you get to see every hand we show you our mistakes. You know, a lot of places would cut it out and only show you the good hands, but I'm super transparent. I just show you everything.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And here's where I'm struggling until I realize, oh, it says 80 instead of 80,000.
All right, Billy. Go ahead. Okay, check. Heads up.
I get what you're saying.
They're talking about a chop right now, and Marvin says, hey, no offense, Billy, we ain't chopping with you. You don't have enough chips to entice me to chop with you.
Hashtag Team No Chop.
No chop. Just champs. That's been my slogan for a long time. Now we got 80,000 instead of 80, and we run it out. Check on the flop. Billy's got by far the best hand. He's just gonna play it slow. Sai's gonna take a stab at it. Bet 80,000. Billy lets it go. Folds the best hand. And this is a problem with Billy only having 5 big blinds. I think you just rip it with a king.
Yeah. I don't
Shorthand
like completing
this.
that small blind.
There's no ICM implication for him anymore since he's so far behind the other two. He just needs to rip it in and hope he has the best hand and they fold, or hopes he has the best hand and they call and he holds, or hope they just call and he gets there. You know, there's so much value to just ripping it in instead of just folding his way down to nothing.
Yep.
And 5 big blinds was his spot with a king. And he does it now with Jack 9, Sai wakes. And just as I say, that's what he needs to do. He's got these third place in chips.
Yeah, and he's
Sai calls.
and doing it with a
Yep.
much more like inferior hand than
Yep.
what he had previous.
I think he realized he had to do that just about one hand too late.
Yep. Is it going to be the big blind with the ante?
He does. It's a fair fight with pocket 7s against 2 overcards, the Jack 9. You know, he's not in really bad shape. Deuce trace 10. Eight. All right. 8. Oh, open-ended. He needs a 9 or a jack to make a better pair. Oh, he doesn't get it. 7 or a queen would have gave him a straight. A lot of sweat for Sai on that turn. We are heads up. Billy takes home $2,000 for his birthday for his 3rd place finish.
Yeah.
Good work, sir.
No. So that's not the button. Marvin's the button.
Down to heads up. I think Marvin has like a 3-1 chip lead. Or, excuse me, Sai has a 3-1 chip lead over Marvin. And the only talk of chop was to tell Billy we're not doing it.
It was shot down immediately.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you guys wanna discuss anything? No, we really don't. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but you got 5 bigs, and I don't like your chances. I'm not going to give you any equity at all.
You're only 40. Okay.
Yeah, it's 11 to 47. So it's almost a 5-1 chip lead.
It is just 2 double ups from taking the chip lead, but that could also be quite the task. Heads up.
We have run several heads-up matches.
No?
We had a $700 tournament in March, and then we tried to run a $250 tournament last week, but without looking at the calendar for the area, Shuffle was running a big free roll tournament that weekend, and the Fort was running a big $500 tournament that weekend. I had 3 people show up. And one of them said, you know what, I don't need to play. These guys can play heads up. And so we had a heads up match instead of a heads up tournament. But everything was streamed and on YouTube if you guys are interested in watching some fun heads up matches.
Yeah, I remember seeing the brackets put out on the Facebook.
Cy bets his flush draw, Marvin folds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Cy check raises.
We could have just got it in. You'd have been happy with that.
Both of them guaranteed $3,000. Looking for that extra $1,700. And if you have won any money in any of our tournaments in the last 3 months, you'll be happy to know I've sent all of the results into Hendon Mob this last week. I just realized we had not been doing that. You know, Min was doing it when he worked here, and then when he left, he's a professional poker player for a while. I don't know if you know Min. He was here last night playing.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that was one of the things that he had been doing, and so I just went in February, March, April. Sent in all the results, so that should be updated.
Yeah, with Atlas, should be a pretty easy process pulling up all that information,
Yep.
all that data.
I mean, I was making it sound like it was a lot of work, and you just blew my cover. You're like, oh yeah, you click buttons, and what did that take you, 10 minutes? Well, almost that long.
I do know enough that sometimes getting in touch with Hendon Mob and getting all the correct spreadsheets and everything that they need in order can be a bit of a process. But hey, don't sell yourself short. Sometimes Poker Atlas, I mean, still got to know where to go and what to pull up.
Clicking buttons.
You're in? You're all in? Okay.
Cy's all in the dark with a 4-1 chip lead. He's like, I'm not going to play with you anymore. So if you go to thehendonmob.com and type your name in, it will give you all of your results. So he's all in the dark. Marvin says I call. Cy's like, all right, let's see what I have. Ooh, pocket fives for Marvin, king 5 for Cy. Marvin's way ahead. Cy has 3 outs.
Good hand, buddy.
Right in the window, gets a king. I was in the window on the computer. It was at the end of the flop. Oh, there it is. One more club for a flush.
Stay alive.
Doesn't get it. 2 pair aces and kings. 8 kicker for Cy. We are done. No chops, just champs. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut that off. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this stream with a little commercial. For those of you who are not familiar with Texas poker, we do not rake. This is not a casino. This is a private card room that you have to be a membership of. And if you are a veteran, police officer, firefighter, or first responder, you get free membership. It's $13. Excuse me. It's $10 a day or $30 a month if you're going to be here for more than 3 days. Get the monthly. And the other thing we talk about is we charge time to play. We don't rake the pots. We charge $13 an hour to sit down and play. Now, if you play anywhere else in the country and they're raking anywhere from $5 to $7 a hand. If you can win 2 hands an hour, you're way better off down here. And we have a staff appreciation. It's half price. Instead of $13 an hour, if you work anywhere in a card room in the area, even not in the area, if you work in a card room in Houston or Austin or Vegas or wherever you want, bring in your ID and get half price, $6.50 an hour instead of $13 an hour. A couple of games that we have. Wednesday, I was telling you about the 1-3 game, $1,000 max buy-in. That's we call it a private game. It's open to the public, but we do a lot of fun stuff there. It's more like a home game. They do the 7 deuce game. They do the nit game. They have unlimited straddles around the board. And at a 1-3, I've seen several go 1-3, 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, 192, something like that. And there's that round of each I was telling you about. Kim Stone actually hosts that one. Her and Eddie got together and thought about, let's do this. And the 2-5 is a $500 min buy-in. They started off with a $300, but it was so popular, it's split off into a 1-2 and a 2-5. So the 1-2 is a $300 min. The 2-5 is a $500 minimum. The heads-up bracket that you just saw, that just got done last weekend. There's our appreciation. What did I miss? Katie's game. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we run Katie's game. There's the round of each every day at 1 o'clock. Match the stack. There's no maximum buy-in. If you walk in there and somebody has 8K, you can buy in for 8K if you want. Did you know Mondays, Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, $100 buy-in, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels, and we do that same thing on Fridays at 9 o'clock. And that's all of my commercials. You got anything to add to that?
Not a lot. I mean, this room, it's a beautiful room, fantastic staff. Everything has been well run. The free membership for first responders, as a former firefighter myself, it's always appreciated, and somebody likes to support veterans.
All right. Did you get it? Did you pay for your membership, or did you know about that and get your free membership?
I did not know about it previously.
All right. Did you get the monthly or the daily?
I went ahead and got the monthly.
All right. Let's get you a refund on that.
But also, paying for time, like versus a rake, it's hard to sometimes let people know like how much like paying a reasonable amount in time is versus paying a raked game, like how beneficial it is. So
I'm gonna pop this in here. Oh, I can't do that.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you letting me come in to the booth.
Happy to have
the first
you.
time.
Happy to have you. And since you do work in the industry, did they give you the half price at least?
I did not mention it, so
let's get you taken care of.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that tonight. 6 o'clock, 6 to 10. We are streaming a 5-5-10 PLO game. That's going to be super fun. Eddie's going to be in here commentating. I'm going to be doing production, and it's going to be super fun. You don't want to miss it. There are always a lot of crazy action and big pots with PLO. That's another. I think it's a 2K buy-in, but it's match the stack. And it gets large. It gets really big. The first time there's a 3-way all-in, somebody has 6K. 8 other people pull 6K out of their pocket to match it, and it goes from 18K on the table to 100K on the table in like the first hour. It's really fun. Super fun to watch. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Take care.
Thanks, Mike.